Fairy tales can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart.
When you first came to me, you were the most undisciplined youth I had ever laid eyes on. And yet, you proved yourself worthy to be the next guardian. You have fulfilled the 3 noble prophecies. You defeated an army of enemies while a flock of cranes circled above. And then, you battled for love in the Palace of Jade. And finally, you freed brothers you never knew with a family you never had. Now you must make the final sacrifice. You must give up your name.
I have already forgotten it, Master.
Hi everybody, welcome to the channel where we discuss the laws of mind that govern our lives. And they do govern them and their principles, so it's best to know about them. Today we're going to go over the Sermon on the Mount, and I highly recommend you read Emmett Fox's interpretation of the Sermon on the Mount. I've read several, Fillmore, Troward, and Emmett Fox. And it is the perfect instructions on how to manifest and sustain, maintain and sustain, the perfect life. You got health, wealth, beauty, success. It's wonderful. So, and everything's working harmoniously because this is the goal. You want to express God perfectly, just as He expresses you perfectly. And He is principle, so He is going to perfectly show you what you're thinking. Okay, and if you're not doing these things, you can begin doing them and you turn your life around. So Jesus, as it states, He's not here to bring peace. He's here to shake up your world. And He's going to tell you, how to do that. He's the teacher, okay? And so this is not necessarily a historical figure but it is a historical figure. It was some person or a group of people, and in this case, a man and a group of people that were learning with him and working with him towards that manifested, that went out and were telling the people, that, hey, this is what it means. This is what it means spiritually. And of course, those who are under the karmic laws, which are mental and physical laws, didn't like that. You're messing with their game, man. And Jesus is saying that you need to go higher. Okay, go to the soul, go to the spirit, identify with the essence of life, identify with the soul. It's infinite intelligence, it's all power, and you don't define it. It is what it is. It's a mind, okay, without shape or form, but still a mind that's infinitely intelligent. And you can only see a cross section of, just a little piece of this infinite being expressing itself. Okay, so you represent in these forms, and this is democracy is how that manifests itself. So this has all been working towards pulling us all together, binding, which is what the word religion means. It means to bind, and means, do it again. Do it again. So these beatides in and of themselves are whole and complete. It's the first section of the Sermon on the Mount. And the word itself says it all. The name of it, beatitudes. Beatitudes. These are the attitudes you are to be. So this is, the things that you need to think about. And so the first one is, and I'm taking this from Matthew, it's chapter 5. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And the poor in spirit means the ones who have emptied their minds, and let go of their will, and they're letting God's will do it. You're not thinking about it. You recognize these laws are in action. You empty your mind, and you go within to God to seek the answers, to get the solutions, to be saved. And you're not doing it. You can't see it all. He sees it all. So you allow that he's in charge. You're poor in spirit. This is what it means, because you've emptied yourself of your thinking, and you, infinite intelligence, take over, and it works with imagination, and they're both inside you, so they know you intimately, and they're going to give it to you, and they're no respecters of persons. In other words, they don't care who you are. If you think, shit, you're going to get shit, and that's all there is to it. You don't know where you're going to get the shit from, okay, but you're going to get it, and this is being in the karmic laws, which are mental physical laws, okay, and you're mentally doing it, and you're getting this physical. But to obtain to the spiritual realm, where you get it all, without thinking about it, it's this is, I'm going to empty my vessel. This body is a vessel. I know it's nothing. Okay. You recognize that you're nothing. You're poor in spirit. Okay. And in turn, you hand it over, that your spirit is my spirit. We're one spirit. I'm handing all mine off to you. I'm getting rid of it. I'm making space for you. And so this is what a lot of the great mystics and enlightened people will tell you, just empty your mind and be aware of life. This is that poor in spirit. You're seeking God. The next one, let's see, is blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. So to mourn is you're saying goodbye to the ego, okay, and you're cutting that thread. So it's a grieving process, and you just have emptied yourself, committed suicide, and now you're mourning that a little bit. Is a process. But you're blessed because you sacrificed yourself. That was a living sacrifice. And the next one is, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. And it means the humble ones. You're humble. You're not doing it. You're just pushing the button. You're operating it. You're kicking it off. Okay. You're turning the key. You're shifting the gears, but you're not doing it. Okay. So the next one is, blessed is he blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. And this is, righteousness is harmony, serenity on the soul level. This is what's right. This is what's good. Peace, joy, righteousness. That's what it is on the soul level. And on the mental, physical level, it's, you believe you're being very right, and you'll learn. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So then you head over to the blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. If you're merciful, in your mind, and you're forgiving to yourself and to others, for showing you that you weren't thinking or you weren't paying attention, or, you're merciful. I forgive myself for that, and I forgive them for showing me I wasn't paying attention, because I wasn't paying attention. But I forgive them for upsetting them, and thinking they could be like that. They're merciful too, and so, it's that kind of thing. And then the next one is, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Well, you can't see God, but what that means spiritually is that you will recognize that it's God in everything, that you've obtained the spiritual ability to, or the understanding really, to see that it is all God. And it's what you're conscious of, your mental attitude, your mental state of mind, and that on a spiritual level, it's all God. Okay, inside and out. You see these things, and you see them happening. So you're seeing God in action. And the next one is, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. And these are the ones who forgive. They're making peace. They're bringing harmony. Okay, they're claiming unity, harmony, and love, and they're doing their best to pay attention and forgive when they don't. And knowing that they asked for that, and they forgive them for, biting their heads off or whatever, showing them that they thought they could bite their heads off, and that they weren't merciful, but they are. I know they are. So, you're giving mercy, they give you mercy. And the next one is, blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And if you're being persecuted because you're, being attacked for explaining or, and doing these things and saying it's God doing it, then you're blessed. It doesn't matter what they say or do or think, you're going to be blessed anyways. Okay, you're going to get all the blessings of life. And blessed are you when men revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven. For so men persecuted the prophets who were before you. And this is, those who laugh at you and ridicule you for your belief in the Spirit. And it's the Spirit did it. God did it. I didn't do it. This is, I'm all, God is the power. I recognize God is the power, and He's doing all this. And He did it. You guys being all upset, I'm rejoicing and I'm glad, because you're rising in consciousness. You're uncomfortable now, and you will rise with the rest of us. Or and I know that, and that's being kind. And it's up to the God in their hearts, so you don't worry about it. And this is how the prophets and the people before who obtained that spiritual living were treated. And you're crazy because they're living in the physical world, in the mental physical world, and you're living in the mental physical spiritual world, and the physical comes last. It's spirit. It's spirit. Mental, physical. That's the circle of life. So I hope this helps. This is one of the most beautiful, most recognized things in the Bible is the Sermon on the Mount. And I hope this gives you a better spiritual understanding of it. It's easy to see the physical and the mental side of it, but the spiritual side of it, I hope you can see that a little better. At least that's my perception of it, and maybe it will help you too. So I hope this helps. Blessings to you, and thank you. Thank you for being you.
It is done.
For it's hard, you will find, to be narrow of mind if you're young at heart. You can go to extremes with impossible schemes. You can laugh when your dreams fall apart at the seams, and life gets more exciting with each passing day. And love is either in your heart or on its way. Don't you know that it's worth every treasure on earth to be young at heart? For as rich as you are, it's much better by far to be young at heart. And if you should survive